Hello, welcome to the masterclass of International Academy of Sales and Telemarketing Management. Of course, this is one of the many series we've been doing in the past 3 years. And today I'll be talking about revenue growth and its sustainability in challenging economic condition. All right. Of course, we know how it is in our respective countries, and of course how it has been very challenging economically, and how businesses has been the worst hit of the different inflations, dollar rise, and of course uncertainties that comes up with it. And today we want to be talking about 10 ways we can mitigate against this and ensuring that your business remain active, stay afloat, and of course make revenue sustainably even in this challenging economy. All right. Of course, statistics show that 8 out of 10 businesses do not survive after 5 years. That's to say, businesses go out even in their first 4 years. Most businesses get out of the radar in their first, and more especially is the current economic condition in which many businesses are choking under unending economic challenges. Like I said earlier, we get to see different situations come up every single time. You wake up to a news of insecurity, news of dollar increase, of course fuel price increase, diesel and the rest. And of course, you don't even, while you are still trying to grasp around getting around the first challenge, of course you are hit with 3, 4, 5 challenges across, and of course business must continue. All right. Inflation is at its all high currently, 33.2%. that's what the inflation currently for Nigeria, and I think it's all the same across. In UK today it's about 3.2%, and so many other places across the world. So it's obvious that businesses are being pushed and of course being stretched to be able to carry out their operations and of course even sell above margin in any case. Nevertheless, we need to remain in business, and we need to do business sustainably for us to be able to open our doors every single time. Now, one of the ways, like I said earlier, is we're going to be talking about 10 ways you can be able in this challenging economy at least work in different models to ensuring that your business stay afloat. All right, income comes in profitably and of course sustainably. And the first of those points I'll be talking about today is 1, diversify your product offering. All right, put your product into different segments. All right, and what I mean by diversifying your product offering is the fact that perhaps you've been having a product that you sell a particular brand, all right, and of course you have clients that obviously come to buy your product, maybe that which they can use for 3, 4, 5 years, and after the sale of that product, such clients may not come back again because of course the product can last for that long period of time. All right, and of course you cannot sell back to those clients any longer in any case because you've made their product sold already once and for all. What you can do in this case is to sell in adjoining or affiliated products that will also help the product to work well. Now, for example, let's take an example of selling a car. All right, of course, you buy a car, you can use the car 3, 4, 5 years without even necessarily buying a new one, except you just want to do it for luxury purpose. All right, so what we can do at this point in time, if you are the client that sells or find yourself in this niche, is look at what more can you sell within that period of time that can keep that your loyal client to keep coming down to you. For example, you can try to sell the accessories of the cars, the spare tires, the washing the car, servicing, oil, and many other things that comes alongside with it. And of course, because you've diversified into things that is related to the cars to sell, what happens? The client come into your shop all the time to at least to buy some of these things as well. And secondly, is you can do is that you can now get your product offering to looking out for new clients that are not within your space already, because now you've sold the product to an existing client. It takes 5 years for them to come back. So what you have to do is to now prospect new clients accordingly and see how you can tap into the unreached leads in the market and of course sell to those clients as well. Secondly, in this very aspect is to adapt your offering to meeting the challenging need and budget of your target market. Offer flexible payment option. For example, you have loyal clients that have been paying so well, all right, they never owe you any dime, all right, and of course it's becoming more difficult for them to be able to buy your specific product because of the inflation that has really hit the market. What you could do for such clients to ensuring that you provide for them a flexible payment options, such that you can make your product into 3, 4, 5, 6 installment payment, but ensure that your first to second installment covers all your operational cost or the cost of the product itself, while your gain can be spread into the other installment as well. So you could really do that also for your client, give them installment payment, and more importantly, you can even tell them buy 2 get 1 free, or buy 5 get 1 free in any case itself. So what you get to do is that you make them to buy in bulk, all right, and of course offer them for that discount or give them loyalty programs. Secondly, provide value and excellent customer service. All right, we can't say this enough. Now I want to get to know the value I get in purchasing your product or services. In fact, there has never been a better time to emphasize on solution-based product and service than now. Everybody wants to know what the product they are buying or the service they are getting is going to give to them, because they have competing needs for the limited resources available. All right, so it is the product that has the most compelling reasons, all right, that they will put in their limited resources to service itself. So what I'm trying to say is, what is the value that your product is going to offer? All right, and that value that your product is offering, is it commensurate to the amount they are paying for such value? All right, if you are offering a product that obviously the value is not in tandem, or one, you will not get a repeated sales, or you will not get even referrals from such clients. So invariably, your product has to have what I call product integrity, all right, which of course, or your service must have what I call service integrity, such that the product itself meets up all the required specifications as spelled out during your sales cycle. All right, if say your product is going to serve XYZ, ensure it serves that, it is durable, it has the integrity test, and of course it's such that really gives the solution that the client needed in any case. So invariably, you must offer the value to the client such that your product commensurate to the price that the client is paying. More importantly, again, sometimes clients, if there's a way you explain your product or services to your client that they feel you are even offering so much compared to what they are paying, and if that is the case, of course you expect to see a repeated sales from such client, and even possibly a referral as well too. And secondly, what I said here is what offer a lot of excellent customer engagement. All right, from your touch point, get to walk the client through the processes of understanding what they want, guiding them through what I call solution selling, consultative selling, transactional selling, and also provocative selling. All right, ensuring that the nitty-gritty of what the product needs to serve, of course, is met and of course is surpassed, and of course you take them through the process of its usage such that the product becomes easily used by the client, and at every point in time there's what I call an excellent customer or after service process being maintained in accordance as well. So invariably, value to satisfy the needs, heal their pains. All right, number one, you value to satisfy the needs of the client. Remember, the client is the one that must be put into perspective here. It's not about what you want, but about what the client wants and how this can satisfy their needs and of course solve their pain. Two, convenience and easy accessibility and convenient to use. All right, the product must be convenient for the client to use. All right, and it must have easy accessibility. All right, there was a time I bought one of these products that, of course, I don't want to mention the name, so I don't really demarcate their product. But in the course of opening this product, that they have fish inside and tomatoes and the rest, some of you know what I'm talking about. While trying to open up the lid on the casing, I got injured because it's so stiff that you have to open it with so much force, and because of that itself, I spill up the oil, and of course some of the sharp edges of the lid had to really injure my hands. Of course, that's not convenient to use, and of course that obviously will make every client to really be put off in any case. So ensure that your product is easy to use. If there is need for manuals that needs to guide the client through the process of understanding the usage itself, ensure that you guide them, and the spellings or the the processes for the client understandability is well spelled out. If you need to speak to them in languages that is best known to them, maybe you need to do translations in different dialects, and also use pictorial evidences or pictorial analysis to really explain or drive in your point to the client, such that when the client is there in his respective houses or in space, he can really look through the manual and of course understand how to use that as well too. And thirdly, you must be able to satisfy their status and ego as well. All right, some clients buy premium products not because the lower one necessarily cannot deliver the functions or what they needed from, but because they want their ego to be satisfied. They want premium product. Like for example, you can buy a first class ticket for as high as 15-20 million. All right, while economic ticket may go for as low as 1 million naira on the same flight. All right, so invariably a client that is buying a flight of a seat in the same plane for 20 times the cost of normal economy flight deserve exceptional service itself, because that's what they're buying. All right, they are buying the status, they are buying the ego itself, and of course ensure that you treat your premium client in such a manner that they feel like king, because come think about it, they've paid for that as well. And D, increase their revenue and assist in the process. All right, when you sell a product to a client, and of course you let the client understand that this product can assist you to making your life easy, number one. Number two, it can make you as a person, by using our product, increase your revenue or reduce the waste in your organization, such that you're not just after hitting the product sale itself and getting away, but rather you are walking the client through the process of ensuring that the full benefit of the product is maximized by the client. All right, and the client really understood that you are really in there for him, not just a hit and run, but rather you walk him through the process and ensuring that you have all the needed information to make him reduce cost or increase revenue alongside. So provide a tangible benefit. Additionally, provide outstanding customer service to build trust and loyalty. All right, trust need to be built with client. Loyalty need to be built up with client in the course of your selling as well. Thirdly, partner with complementary products. All right, that I'm saying is that partner with complementary product and service, and to reduce cost for increased client satisfaction. What am I trying to say in this essence is that in this age where cost of operations has soared so high to the roof, it's important to see which parts of your operational processes can you outsource. Number one, if it's not your core areas of functions itself, of course you can look at it if outsourcing will be cheaper when it comes to overall operational cost. Or secondly, can you network or partner with existing organizations that offer the same thing? Let's say, for example, you are into the service of affiliate marketing, all right, and of course you sell product online as well too, in any case, or you are into e-commerce, all right, and of course you get products ordered by your clients and the rest. Instead of you getting to source the product, warehousing the product, get the client itself, and of course delivery, you can as well, segment these processes into different ways with other partners. For example, the area of logistics and delivery, that can be outsourced to a logistics company that has a wider reach to people out there, or they have the needed vehicles, bikes to be able to supply. And of course you can partner with such organizations or partner with individuals that sells or deliver the same product or similar product or items to specific geographical locations itself. By so doing, you are sharing the cost itself, and of course you really reducing your operational expenses. You can even not necessarily have to deliver a product every day. Decide to deliver a product maybe 3 times in a week or 2 times in a week, depending on when the volume becomes more, so that you can eat it at once as well. And more importantly, you can also partner with organizations that offer something similar to what you do. In any case, you can co-share space. Now we get to see organizations having the same office space, all right, 3 or 4 people staying in the same place, and of course they share the rent, they share the electricity bills, they share water bills, they share waste management bills, and the rest itself. All right, you may not necessarily need all the full office space in any case, but at least you can of course co-rent the space with other organizations, and of course increase and share the bills. Number 3 is optimizing price strategy. Optimizing price strategy. Now we know, like I said to a friend of mine that came in the other time for consultation, and I said to him, I said, guy, it's almost a sin not to increase your products at this point in time. All right, because everything has gone up. Of course, we know electricity tariff has also gone up itself invariably. The brand A we talk about now has increased by over 225%. Right, for the same electricity that it was not that too regular before, but that's a story for another time in any case. And now, if you have to now work or produce a product or work in that kind of environment where you have to depend on light, which of course you have to in any case, then that means your operational cost has increased vis-a-vis the electricity in any case. And that's just one of the factors of production. We know about the diesel itself, we know about fuel, we know about every other things that goes alongside with production itself. So what you have to do again is to what you can now optimize your pricing. All right, increase your pricing by a specific margin itself, and in the course of increasing the pricing, bring out additional benefit that the client will get because of the price you have increased. All right, yes, I understand the fact that the production expenses has gone so high, but nevertheless you can throw in a freebies to make it look more like, oh, the client is getting even more because of the price that has gone up in any case. Or secondly, you can also look at your operational cost. Where are you wasting funds? All right, where are you having overlapping functions and responsibilities? All right, what activities or functions are you engaging yourself in every single time that is not directly producing revenue growth? All right, it could be in your office, maybe luxuries that you are involved in. It could be the paper that you are really spending so much on. It could be that you are even staying more in the office than needed, or perhaps you are spending so much diesel on fuel doing follow-ups for what you will have done over the phone in any case, and get a proper appointment set before hitting the road to meet the client. So you need to look at different areas, different ways within your organization operational process and see what activities is taking more of the funds and necessarily not translating to revenue growth itself, and see how you can do everything possible to reduce that activities and of course complement that of sales. In fact, what I really told one of the companies I did consultations for was to use this very specific process, and we were able to identify about 6 activities that they get involved in, which was taking 61% of the revenue. So what we did was to cut back 40% of the revenue itself in that regards and take the 21% and added it as an incentive for the sales teams that surpass target. And before you know it, the organization increased their revenue generation by over 83% within a period of 9 months. So invariably, while you talk about optimizing the price strategy, you can also look at ways you can cut back on excesses in your organizations, and of course be able to look at an overall auditing in that regard. It's a boost process. One action solve more. All right, there's what I call one action solves more. Like in the sales and marketing environment, I would expect that you give your peak time to doing what is most important. All right, for example, I would not expect that on Monday morning you should be using that to answer emails when you are in a sales and marketing organization, or you should use it Monday morning to talk about dispute resolutions or talk about other administrative matters. I feel peak period Mondays, peak period Tuesdays, peak period should be used solely for sales processes that energizes the team to hitting the streets or the road or their phones, or to making them set appointment, follow up on clients, and all the processes in between itself. So one action solves more problems or produce more, and those are the actions you need to give more attention to as against the other one. Of course, because of our time limit, we cannot talk enough on this because it's quite extensive. Notwithstanding, let's move forward. Number 4, explore alternative and partner distribution channels. All right, explore alternative or partner distribution channels. You know, most times we get so comfortable with our distribution company or the organization that is giving us the product we use for production so well that sometimes we don't get the reality of what is obtainable out there. All right, now let me give an analogy. All right, we have one of our organizations that of course I consulted with, and the guy has been supplying them stationaries for the past 10 years. All right, so much that he every year increased the price of stationery, and because of they are so used to this client, all right, and of course the guys have been able to build a very good loyalty, trust with them. They didn't bother to even check or compare prices out there of what stationaries are. All right, so invariably in moments like this, one of the things you need to do is to look out for every of the processes or every of your vendors and bring them together to see if you can strike a new deal with them. All right, one, you can decide to say, okay, let's purchase in bulk to reduce expenses, or number two is to, okay, let me buy more and give me some products in credit, so that when I be able to sell or do production itself, then at least I can pay it off. You need to really work around some things around this itself, and of course work around processes that will make you at least be on a better. After all, the company or your vendors have taken advantage of that mutual benefit you both have enjoyed, and in a moment like this, you need to be able to work out some new processes or plan together to making sure that at least the benefits mutually is enjoyed on both sides as well. All right, I say here, if the fuel crisis increases your ability to deliver product service sustainably, considered alternative distribution channels. All right, also, if you don't have to deliver product to the client using the conventional method of going in contact one-on-one and the rest, you need to also look at alternative method of delivering your product or service to your client. One, you could use leverage the technology. All right, you could as well leverage technology. All right, instead of you going for a contact presentation or one-on-one, why don't you possibly do the warm-up or the meet and greet via Zoom? All right, or you can do through Google Meet or any other platform that at least gives you the opportunity to be able to put forward basics or put forward some foundational understanding between both parties before you go ahead to do your full presentation one-on-one. So invariably, if you're supposed to meet with a client during the sales process or cycle of 4 times, you could as well reduce that to 3, 2, or 1, while you do the other process via the technological means, the Zoom, the Google Meet, and the rest. So that helps you to save cost on manpower and also on diesel and also electricity as well. Video conference calls or tours for real estate agent, e-commerce website to reach out a wider audience. All right, take advantage of the e-commerce website, take advantage of social media, the Facebook, the LinkedIn, and the YouTube itself to really explore and explain your product better, such that even if the client needs to get back to you, it will only be to ask questions or to get clarity in that regards as well. So this allows customers to purchase your product without need for physical store visits. All right, spend more on these online channels to claim flexibility and wider coverage. And of course, I have a course in that regards where I talked about the touch point. All right, because as we begin to leverage on technology, it's important that we sharpen those touch points. I'm talking about the call center itself, talking about telemarketing skills, talking about telesales, talking about call management as well. And these are all materials and training models that we have in International Academy of Sales and Telemarketing Management, which of course we run the master class every single period of time quarterly, where we can help individuals to really increase their skills of this touch point, because it is those touch points that gives advantage to your product sales itself. If the touch points are not well equipped enough, of course your product will not be properly sold out to your client as well. You can really check through our website to see the programs that are available in this area of telemarketing, telesales, customer engagement, call centers, sales, and the rest as well too. So number 5, build strong and useful relationship stroke partnership. All right, one of the ways you can use to really increase revenue sustainably in this very economic condition is to ensuring that you build a useful relationship and partnership. All right, and I'm talking about relationships that are helpful towards your product growth. Now, I've said this most times that for organizations that are out there to meeting out people's needs itself, it's important that you are out there on the street as well, networking and also building partnership. Attend events, attend programs, attend symposiums, attend trade fairs, and get your product out more. In any case, improve relations with your customer, suppliers, and other stakeholders, because you need to consistently build or re-echo your trust that even what we pass, despite the challenges, you are able and capable to continue to grow revenue sustainably irrespective of economic challenges. So invariably, you need to have a talk with your inner team, which is your team, encouraging and motivating them, letting them that irrespective irrespective of how we get to see these challenging economic situations, we are able and capable to pull through in any case. So instill that inspiration in them, motivation in them, and let that be a shared value among your team. Secondly, you need to talk more with your stakeholders, all right? Letting them understand that investment in your organization is safe, and whatever you have promised them in terms of dividends or revenues or profit itself, they're going to get that irrespective of challenges that they have. They just need to really understand, put more trust in you as you intend to really get to where you intend in any case. And if you're able to do even this much more with your stakeholders, possibly they can even invest more because they can understand the situations and they can see that they are well carried along and they are communicated to effectively about the happenings that is going on in the organization. And of course, the stakeholders as well, to your suppliers as well, just like I mentioned in my earlier topic or earlier point. Talk to your suppliers, you negotiate deals itself, and see how best both parties can have a mutual understanding to getting the best out of this itself. All right, I said yes, be genuinely concerned about the interest areas, be part of their special days and moments, attend their event, all right, attend their birthday celebrations, their marriage anniversaries as well, to be genuinely connected to things that are dear to their heart. You know, it's not coincidental that you see in some programs and parties where you see a lot of celebrities attending one specific event. In fact, there was an event that happened some time ago in Anambra where they counted 21 private jets. I think that should be Cubana and the rest itself. And of course, also during the wedding program of one of the top government functionaries, we saw the woo and woo of the society in that same wedding. All right, yes, the wedding is the event in any case, but of course a lot of networking partnership is ongoing even while the wedding processes are going on. You could see one of them, I think they said they counted 21 private jets, another one 19 private jets in one event. All right, so you as a product or you as an individual that's into business itself, it's important that you get to know some of these programs and events of some of your top client stakeholders and the rest, and be actively present gifts as well to network with those stakeholders and provide useful tips and advice even while you are there in any case itself. And more importantly, while you partner with these persons or individuals or some of your clients itself, get interested in their product. While you are facing some of these issues in terms of the economic challenges they are also facing in their own areas, and perhaps you may have useful information that will be better for them to navigate through the difficult terrains and also make their business work productive. Remember, when they sell better or they do their business productively, they can even have disposable income to buy your product. So get to invest into your client, provide useful tips and advice that will help make their life less difficult, increase their business and well-being. Engage with your audience through social medias, all right, email marketing as well too. Give them feedbacks. In fact, let me say this very clearly, all right? If you do not give good feedback and customer service exceptional to your client in this period of time, forget about having a business. All right, gone are those eras where you answer your clients after 48 hours, 1 week, or you didn't even get back to them. In fact, such organization cannot even last in the next 1 year. You'll be out of the business so quickly. So it's important that we invest heavily in our engagement channels and ensure that we consistently be in the face of this client, not to really irritate them, but at least tell them more about our product offering as well to, sell to them content, give them other things that will be useful to make them get better even as what they do. And more importantly, on this very part, build a loyalty program, all right? Offer a free incentive, offer promotions, offer different marketing process that your clients will genuinely win some of these incentives, and let there be testimonials, let there be a reviews that this can be loaded on the system and of course across social medias to see the trust and the fact that you work with your clients even across the journey as well. Thank you.